men living alone is a risk factor for mortality, and it's not for women.
So when a man and a woman pair up, the man lives longer because of the woman. And then the woman lives a shorter life. She dies sooner because of the man. It's just getting harder and harder and harder to justify wanting to get married as a woman, I swear. I don't know. Am I alone? Am I the only one that's just like, why would I do that? Why would I intentionally take years off of my life if all the research is telling us that they suck the life out of us, literally, while elongating their own? But then they tell us we should be afraid that we're going to die single cat ladies and we're going to die alone. Baby, I'd rather die with my cat any day. What? This content creator on TikTok said a mouthful. This is a really beautiful woman, and she's telling the truth. There was a study done on saying that, women tend to die quicker when they're living with men or in a relationship with a man or a marriage, and men tend to live longer. And that's because a lot of the cooking and cleaning and a lot of the labor is being put on the woman. Plus, you have to be a therapist. You have to be a coach. You have to be a therapist. You have to be a porn star in the bedroom. You got to be the maid, the chef. I mean, and just imagine if you're going out working your own job too, and you're coming home doing that also. A lot of these men believe that you should be able to do it all. When they come home, they just come up out their clothes. A lot of times they go take a shower, throw their clothes down in the bathroom, or throw their clothes down in the bedroom, the laundry room, wherever they can drop it at. A lot of times they just drop it. That's one of my pet peeves that I cannot stand. Like when a man gets off from work and he just throws his clothes everywhere and think that you need to come by and pick it up. Like, please, okay? I'm not surprised that women are stressed out because they're putting too much on their plate. You're putting too much into these men, and these men are not putting all of that into you. You're pretty much a slave, a kept slave. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife, you're probably doing the same thing. Get home all damn day long. A lot of times you're lonely, especially if you don't have any type of activities outside of the house, or you're not working on, bringing in your own money, like starting a little business or whatever, or volunteering. A lot of times you're going to be lonely, and the only thing you get to really look forward to is his ass coming home from work. Pretty much. You're just a kept slave while he's out there living his best life. A lot of times women are being kept at home, slaving around, doing all the labor, giving the man enough time to go out and cheat. Most of the time, you cooking and cleaning and breaking your motherfucking back, and that man is out cheating on you. This is facts. It doesn't matter what kind of woman you think you are. If you're one of those goody two-shoe women, you're Christian, and you're highly educated, and you're loving, and you're caring, and you build the man's ego up, and you make him feel good about being himself. You're not a nagger or whatever. It doesn't matter. He still will find time to cheat on you. I'm telling you this from example. For example, and from experience, and watching other women and myself, that no matter what you do, if that man wants to cheat on you, he will find time to cheat on you. In spite of you getting in there baking a cake, throwing down on Sunday with the Sunday meals. A lot of us know how to burn in the kitchen now. We know how to cook. You know how to put it down in the bedroom, and he will still find something to complain about, or he will still find something to take him out of the home where he can cheat. Then he wants you to listen to what happened to his day. You have to be the coach to try to coach him, to make him feel better about himself. You got to build his ego up. It's nonstop. It can be very draining for some women. And a lot of women don't want to admit that. Living with a man, being married to a man, is miserable. Of course, it's fun in the beginning. A lot of things are fun in the beginning. But after a while, you realize that it's become your duty. And they expect you to do this all the time. Especially for these women that their husbands don't never cook. Me personally, if I was to be in a relationship with somebody or to be married to somebody, they got to know how to cook. They got to know how to cook sometime. They got to know how to clean up. But if you got one of these men that don't never want to clean, don't never want to, do the laundry, don't never want to cook a meal for you and him, then you in for it. You in for it. But a lot of times you get more peace by yourself. Just like how she said she'd rather be a cat mom. I'm a cat mom. My cat is about to be, she'll be 1 at the end of this year. And you have more love for your pets than some of these men. Okay? They will make you regret being in relationships with them. They will make you regret being committed to them. And then as years go by, you'll realize that you've wasted all of your time on this person that only saw you as a slave. Only was with you because you made things easier. Men like women that make things easier for them. That's why they'll let some of you stay at home, because they want you to be the daycare. They want you to be the teacher. They want you to be the chef, the cook, the therapist, the coach. Sometimes they want you to be the punching bag. They want you to be the person that take all the abuse from them, verbally and physically. They use women. This is all men. They use you, and the reason why they deal with you is because you make it more easier. You make their life easier. So a lot of times they'll marry you because they need you to cook and clean, and they want somebody to clean up behind them like their kids and wash their clothes and, make their lunch so they can go to work with the lunch. It's nonstop. So if you don't see that for yourself, I would recommend you not doing it, because a lot of these women that claim to be happy being married and happy being in relationships are not really happy. They're really miserable, but they're so caught up in the image that they've put out to everybody to make everybody believe that they should be jealous of them. They are couple goals. They're husband and wife goals. And they have put this image out to the world on social media, to family, to friends. And a lot of times women feel that they got to live up to this shit, even though they're miserable. I know a lot of women that are married would rather their husband staying in a separate room. Some women want to be married and rather their husband being in their own home. In their own home. One of my aunts, she had a situation like that. They were living together, then all of a sudden she was like, man, I'm sick of this. So he got his own place and she had her own place. And they would come together whenever they wanted to do, or, whenever they wanted to spend time with each other. But she'd go back to her place and he'd go back to his apartment. And they're still married to this day. Even though they don't live together. I hear a lot of people say they'd rather do that. These men will suck the life out of you. They will suck the life out of you. You cannot get any time by yourself. And if you have children, Lord knows, you really don't have any time, because you're taking care of your husband or your man and those kids. Your whole day is revolving around keeping a man happy, making sure the home is running smoothly. And there's never any time for you. So that's why women that they say are single, that do not have children, that's why they're living fulfilling lives. They're not stressed out. When they get home from work or school or whatever like that, they can come inside and do whatever they want to do. They can enjoy their peace of mind. They don't have to worry about somebody bugging them to roll over to give them sex. Somebody to entertain when you don't want to fuck. They don't have to really worry about that. They deal with men if they want to. And that's why they tend to be happier, and that's why they tend to live more fulfilling lives. Children will stress you out too. So if you're not ready to have kids, don't put that stress on yourself. That's why a lot of women, especially black women, are going mentally ill. That's why they're having problems trying to raise kids, because they're putting too much on themselves. And a lot of times they're doing it by themselves, so they're depressed. They're schizophrenic. They're having all type of mental health breakdown, bipolar, because they've put too much on their plate. So if you're not financially and mentally ready and physically ready to have children, especially if you're going to be raising them on your own, then don't do it. Stop adding stress to your plate. If a man is stressing you out, if you're giving more to him than he's giving to you, leave him alone. It's okay to be by yourself. Do not let these women gas you up that you need to be jealous of them being married to bottom shelf, low tier men, regardless of race. There's nothing nobody should be jealous about with that, because a lot of these women are living a lie. They're putting on a front. They're going 50-50. They're being cheated on. They're being talked to any type of way. Their family, his family don't like them. They're going through different things, but they'll put on the front that everything is going well. I'm telling you, this is what women do, because they want to put this image out, and they want other women to look up to them and to be jealous of them. Never be jealous of a woman that's going 50-50, that's settling for an unattractive man that she really doesn't want, that's miserable because she's not satisfied in the bedroom, that's just taking up space in a man's life when he's around cheating on her. There's nothing to be jealous about. Love yourself. Enjoy your life, especially you younger women that's in your early 20s. You better live your life to the best of your ability, because time does fly. And before you know it, you're going to be 40, 50, 60 years old. And you only have one life to live. And if a man is not making you be the best woman you can be, if you're not getting that type of energy from him, leave him where he's at. Stop wasting your time on these relationships and these marriages, even though down the line you're going to be divorced and single anyway. And you wasted 5, 10, 15, 20 years on a nobody. So I agree. If it comes down to it, I'd rather be a pet mom and be in more peace than be living with a man or in a relationship with a man or a marriage with a man that I'm miserable most of the time. And most of these women are miserable. I'm telling you, they are. It's all a front. They're not happy. And that's all I got to say about this video. But this content creator was on point. I look at a lot of her content. I like her. She's a beautiful woman. She's spot on. So I like her content, so I followed her on TikTok. But like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And have a good day. Bye-bye.